Greetings and welcome to the mat. Welcome to your practice. Please take any movements or props that you need to be at ease in a seat, and we will get going here with the celebration of life in a body today. But first, let's bring ourselves to a relative stillness, just seeing if we can sense the silence beneath it all, the inner peace that we are. First, just let yourself become aware of whatever's arising in the mind, whatever thoughts or emotions are present, whatever stories about the body and how things are feeling today are present. Just noticing. Greetings. Good day, body, mind. Greetings and welcome to whatever's arising. Whatever's present. And then see if you can let some of the idea about the shape of your body, your anatomy even, just let that flow away for a minute and just notice your body connected to earth, the points of pressure where you connect to earth and open to sky. Sense the air on your skin. And the air is your breath flowing into this blessing, this finite blessing of embodiment, and back out to the expansive, formless expanse of life, where we connect in the unseen to all beings. And sense back inward, if you will, to the inner sky as you draw the breath in. Remember the formless within yourself, the spacious, undefinable self, that great mystery of your life force, your heartbeat. The peacefulness that is beneath all the experience, that is the ground of being into which the perceptions of thought, sensation, and emotion arise. And simply notice. And as inspired, maybe begin to wiggle or spiral or rock. Just sense the spacious self again, the formless self, the watery, peaceful, expansive self. Can you get a sense of that self beyond perceived form? The music's more ready to move than I am. Please do it right for you. Maybe begin to circle here. As you move, notice in this cloud or field of awareness the sensations that arise and flow away. And the thoughts or perceptions of all sorts that arise just melt away. And even as you begin to move and stay connected to these arising of phenomena within the field of consciousness, you still sense the peacefulness underneath, the relative stillness at the base of your heart. All the infinite spaciousness that you're connected to as life force rides in upon the breath and back out. I'm just playing today with the wonder questions of where you begin and end as your life force is sensed within, without, around you, and expanding out as far as you can imagine and maybe further. And take a few more breaths of any circling or wiggling and just feeling it. Feeling into that field of energy that you are, the pattern of consciousness, the vibration of being in, around, beyond perceived form. Noticing sensations, things that call your attention, and opening to the peace and spaciousness underneath. Your true nature, that mystery, that expansive being. Let's continue to expand into that expanse, if you will. Slide on over to your right. You can bring just a hand or maybe the forearm down if that feels good, and twist. Cross body into the left sit bone as inspired. Reach the left arm out of that. You could stay just in the side stretch. Maybe roll the wrist. As inspired, roll the whole arm. And your head with it. Soft jaw, soft neck. Imagine, if you will, you're just expanding the field of energy around you. You're washing your chakras or your energy field, opening it up wider, sensing back body, the space behind your back, the space that maybe feels like yourself still that's above your head, down into the earth. Maybe next time you flow through, lift yourself up and even pause and center, again wiggle or circle and just sense the difference in the sides. Or maybe one side feels more alive or porous or open. And play into it. Let's invite that into the other side. Again, just play there, find the edges, a sense of aliveness, life force energy moving. How can we expand this sense of self and connectedness? Noticing our energy body, the electrical field of the heart that can be measured far beyond the body. Make your way with the next breath or so back to center. And take pause. Press into the earth. Feel the earth body, the perceived solidity of embodiment of earth. And yet we know all that's going on underneath the surface, or we know some of it. And follow any inhale to rotate your palms up and open to the space around you. Perceived formless, nothingness, and yet so full of life. The air, the sky, breathing the body. Welcome the sky down into your heart. And just play with this, if you will, for 2 or 3 more breaths. Just opening to space, even to the great mystery of how far and wide the breath goes, life force energy goes. Welcoming that energy that we share with all of life, from all that is, into our center, our perceived center, and back out. Follow any of these movements to come back in the next breath or so to your heart center. And see if you can feel your heartbeat, the warmth of your physical form. And again, that buzzing, humming energy of aliveness around you. Sensing as you're able to that ground of peace within your being, and far, far out into the mystery, into space, the sky. Within these expanses, the arising of phenomena, sensation, thought, emotion. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your heart's yes to life, welcoming the spaciousness and peace, remembering this as your true nature. And let's take a long Om into that, connecting to the vibration of the universe. Excuse me. And take your time when you're ready. Flow yourself down to the earth. Gather your knees up. Come to lay on the back. And hug your knees into your chest as you come to lie down. And let's draw some circles here around the sacrum. Massage into the low back. And bring that breath awareness into the back body. And sensing these areas of peace within yourself. Switch directions of your circling if you haven't. Breathe your sacrum, your spine, all that holds you. Your bones, the earth, and the breath. And as inspired, take the knees in separate circles. Inhale, open them wide, and exhale back together. And soft jaw as you circle here, massaging into the hips. Notice the breath moving, the rising and falling of sensation with the movement of the body. And that space into which it's all arising and dissolving away. And see if you can become more and more identified with that space, the peace, the relative stillness and silence into which all your experience arises. Let's send the legs to the sky now and flex the toes back towards the face as much as you can and point the toes to the sky and flex and point and flex and point and flex and point. Let's draw some circles with the toes on the sky. Just rolling through the ankles. And switch directions if you haven't. And then hug the legs together, bend the knees, and pull your elbows down to shoulder height. So your legs are about 90-degree angle, and the arms on the floor are 90 degrees, like a laying down field goal post. Inhale and draw the knees towards the face a bit, and then over towards the right elbow, and then press the heels out through center. Pull the knees in on the left, up and over, center, and exhale to the other side, press out. Really try to keep the shoulders pinned here. And circling again around the sacrum, but really squeezing the legs. Using that strong part of the exhale at the hardest part of the reach of the legs, so that you're drawing the navel back and supporting the lower back in holding the legs. And last breath or two in this direction. And take your time. When you're ready, come on back to center and rock it the other way. Switch directions. About 7. Hug the knees in once you feel complete there. And then again, extend the legs to the sky. And point through the toes, get some muscular action in the legs. Squeeze the shoulders onto the earth. Inhale, draw the toes back towards the face a bit, and then open the feet wide, wide, wide. And exhale, swoop them down and together. Inhale, pulling up and open. Exhale, swoop down and together. Let your breath lead. Again, really use that exhale on that hardest part where the low back's trying to pop up. Stabilize it so there can be some air, some breezeway beneath the lumbar curve there, natural curve, but we don't want to lose control of it. So use that exhale to pull navel back, low ribs down. Let's go a few more, 2 more here maybe. When you're ready, come on back to center. Inhale as you exhale. Lower the feet towards the earth and center. Inhale, open wide, swoop up. Together, exhale, lower down. Inhale, swoop wide. Let's go 5 more. And then land the feet wide as the mat when you're done, and we'll just stretch out that psoas and coral that you just toned there. Reach the arms up on the floor, feet wide, knees to one side. Big inhale, stretch. And exhale, navel back and knees through center. Inhale, stretch it out to the other side. Exhale through center. Follow your breath, side to side. You can try to stay in that meditative awareness. Notice what arises. The difference in the sides. And then also the areas of quiet, of ease. The space between and beneath where sensation or intensity or thought or emotion arise. You stay connected to that spacious awareness even as more intense sensations arise in the body. Feel free to stay with this side to side or step the feet as wide as the knees, being as wide as the hip points. So bones on the front of the hips, middle knees, middle feet. Elbows alongside, hands face each other like robot arms, elbows nice and close. Lift the chin, press in the center back of the head, press into shoulders, press into elbows. Inhale, puff up the chest and scoop the tailbone up, lift hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, lift the chest, keep the chin lifting, exhale, ripple down, upper back, middle back, lower back. Hips rock the pelvis away and then scoop it back up. Inhale, roll up and exhale, roll down. So I am having a moon day here. I'm not going to do a lot of inversions or a lot of bigger core work kind of stuff. But if you want a little more work here in this flow, you could pick one leg up, and as you roll up, come to the ball, the other foot, really reach that picked up leg up to the air. So you lift the hips even higher. You might roll back down and switch and pick the other leg up. That's going to be the kind of median version here. Otherwise, come on up, lift that heel up, and then pulse, hips down, heel up. We'll take a few of these on each side. Try to keep the chin lifted and the shoulders rooting. Just do what's right for you here. And at any point, let's just hold the pose for a moment or a few breaths to really squeeze the shoulders on the back. Press into the head, shoulders, elbows, hands. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, lift the heart, keep that chin lifting, big breaths. Wide across the wings of the heart, puff up the chest with the breath, maybe even engage the navel a bit here. So please feel free to stay with that or melt it down, being that I don't want to turn my pelvis or my upside down today. Then another way to get this shoulder opening could be with Matsyasana. So feel free to play with bridge, any variations, or bring the hands just under the edge of the seat. Excuse me, hug the elbows towards one another so that they're as wide as the shoulders, or maybe even just a tiny bit narrower, and press into the elbows, squeeze the shoulders, puff up the chest, squeeze the shoulders, and keep puffing up the chest. See if you can squeeze the shoulders so much you're giving the back of the head and neck something to rest on there. Otherwise, you could put something there to rest on or keep the chin dipped towards the chest. But I got a lot of bunched up shoulders happening there, and it feels good for me right now to have the head rest on it without that like angled closure of the back of the neck that could set the nervous system off. So let's see what feels right for you, and the last few breaths into breathing, open heart. A big inhale in fish. Let the heart lift you up. And take your time to come up. Let's cross the ankles and roll through onto hands and knees. And pull with your hands towards the knees. Knees pull towards the hands and really work shoulder blades down the back. Lift tail and crown into cow. And then exhale, really push the earth away. Drop tail and crown into cat. Let your breath lead. And just work that fluidity that you're inviting into neck and shoulders. And stay with this, or next time that you curl in, push the earth away, breathe behind the scapula, behind the heart. And then squeeze right ear, hip, shoulder together, circle through. Left ear, hip, shoulder together. This big spiral is through cow and cat. At the bottom, wag your tail the other way, switch directions. And then come on back to neutral. Strong core, long spine. You can step the left knee to midline a little more. Let's open the right knee out to the side and hip circle. Press back. Maybe work on the fingertips here. Really pull them strong towards one another. Have the core engaged so the hands are very light. Kicking back, feeling that stretch in the psoas as you push way back. And then at any point, keep pressing back and root into the outside of that foot. Press down, lengthen from that anchor through the fingertips and roll face chest open. Reach anchored foot, fingertips, long side body, top of the psoas, maybe the front of it as well. Roll face chest open, big breaths here. And stay there in that long side body stretch, or inhale, open, reach back and let the bottom ear drop down. Again, looking for that neck shoulder connection, fluidity. Try to get the long side body as you sweep through. And stay with any of that, or again, core, pull everything into the core. Top leg up, roll the bottom ribs, face chest to the sky. Top foot can turn behind you as much as you need for stability here. Stay with this, or bend the knee, reach back for ankle or foot, and kick back again, really working the squeeze of the shoulder blades and the stretch of the front of the shoulders. Deep full breaths. Lift the navel, engage the core so the lower back lengthens here as much as possible. And then slowly unwind back to that side body stretch. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring the hands to the floor and bring that back knee up to the nose, or that top knee. Curl in, bring the knee to the right tricep, left tricep, right tricep, left tricep. And then knee back to center, land the foot. Rest your chest and shoulder on that thigh. Walk the back foot back as far as you can. Back knee back as far as you can. Front foot could come forward more. Just bring the ankle right over, or knee right over that ankle. Here you could go yin lunge, let the head hang. Relax your neck. Soften the jaw. Bend deep into that front knee with the back knee down. The front knee could come forward of the ankle for a bit. Again, really relax the neck and bow into yourself. Let the head hang. Feel how that follows through the spine into that open side iliopsoas in front of the hip flexor there. Soft jaw and tongue. And please stay longer if you like, or take a few breaths to pulsate, straightening that front leg, staying as connected to it as you can as you do. Pulsing, hips back, toes back, and back forward into the lunge, back into the extension. And just moving with the breath, or resting it where any exciting edge is. Maybe pause back in that extension and give your hips a little swing there. You can rock on that heel. Again, deep breaths, noticing where sensations are rising, where resistance is arising. Breathing right into that. And see if you can also sense the neutral space, the quiet space underneath, around, beyond. And when you're ready, hands forward, inside the front leg. Back toes under, lift the knee. Inhale, and as you exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale, strong core, long spine and plank. Lower the knees if you need to, as much as you can. Get ears, shoulders, ribs, hips in alignment. Claw the fingertips, spin thighs to the sky. Tilt the pelvis, reach the tailbone out through the heels. Lift the navel towards the face, ears in line with shoulders. Breathe here. And see if even here you can be present for smooth, full breaths. Whatever sensations are there, maybe even as shaking arises, can you sense the space of peace and calm underneath it all? Last few breaths. And inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. You could rest the forehead or just keep ears in line with shoulders and roll the shoulders around. Soften the jaw. Maybe roll the mouth around. Make your legs very strong. See if you can feel that difference in the sides. We did a whole bunch of stuff on that other side. How different the body feels with different attention to each side. And pull elbows back, shoulders down the back. Hug the legs, push down into legs and pubic bone and sacrum. And so slowly lift the heart, long back of the neck. You can feel the difference in the sides. Breath, movement of energy. Find your way into or in and out of cobra. 3 more breaths, holding at your edge. Or pulsing in and out. At the top, let's look over one shoulder. Keep both shoulders on the back. Other side. Again, each side. Notice how different the sides are. Let it be interesting. Open center. And exhale back, child's pose. Push the hips back. Give your hips a little wiggle wag as you like. Relax the neck, rest the head. Big breaths. You can stay here more restful, a little wiggly, or big circles if you like with the hips. So you're coming back forward, chest to hands, out to the sides, hips to heels. If you're circling, circle the other way a few breaths. And then begin to make your way back onto all fours. You might step that right knee a bit to midline. As you inhale, pick the left knee up and open to the side. Kick way back. Very active muscular leg, so toes are spread. And as you push back, maybe feel that whole line of energy and stretch through the leg, the psoas, the hips. And the next time you push back, slowly keep pressing back and root the outside of that foot and anchor it. And from there, reach that top arm forward and get that side body stretch as long as you can. Really make like you're reaching for something over your head there. That's really important. You have to get it. Stretch it out. Reach for it. Root the foot. Reach the fingers. Big breath. Stay in that reach or add the arm vinyasa and just see if you can meet that reach each time. Maybe get that neck shoulder release there. Melt the bottom ear down. Follow your breath. Maybe one of these times as you swoop through, pull into the core, draw that Top leg up and come up onto the bottom fingers. Scoop shoulders down. Hug everything into the core here. Stay there. Keep that hug to core, navel lifted, and bend the top knee. Reach back for ankle or foot and really kick the foot back. Squeeze the shoulders. Lift the heart. Slide the ears back over the shoulders. Deep full breaths. Please stay with that as you like, or slowly unwind. Come back to that long side body stretch. Inhale and then reach that top hand forward, both hands down. Pull the back foot into the core and knee to the nose. So left tricep, right tricep, left tricep, right tricep. Knee back to the nose and land the foot. Lunge, rest your chest and shoulder on that thigh. Let the head hang as heavily as you can, and deep bend of the front knee. Heavy head. Deep bend of the front knee. Keep giving the hips to the earth and let the neck go. Please stay here longer, return here as you like, or stay connected to the front thigh and push into the ball of that foot, and as inspired, draw the toes back and melt over that leg. Dig the heel in, pull the hips back, pull with your fingertips, heart forward, and pulse. Inhaling, opening into the lunge. Long exhale, smooth and lengthen it out as much as you can as you pull the hips back and the toes back and bow in. Notice how much the spine's gonna try to round to help you not feel so much intensity in the spine or hamstrings, and see if you can really pull hips back, heart forward, shoulder blades down to lengthen the spine. Stay in that pulsation in and out, or on that front heel begin to pivot, swinging the hips side to side, breathing in the hips there. Few more breaths. And when you're ready to, hands inside that front leg, back knee up, squeeze to center. Hug into the core. Inhale here as you exhale, slow and steady back plank. And find your core strength again in plank. Lower the knees if you need to. Come to the forearms if you'd prefer. And again, spin the inner thighs to sky. Tilt pelvis, tailbone out through the heel, navel towards the face, soft in the heart. And try to smooth out the breath here. Again, focus on the exhale. Ears in line with shoulders, don't let the head get heavy. Notice the intensity, of course, how can you help it? And then see if you can sense the neutrality, the spaciousness, the peacefulness and stillness that's still there somewhere. The base of the heart, the source of the breath. Hands, maybe last breath or two. And slowly lower down. Inhale, open up, Sphinx or Cobra. And then lengthen out, pull on the hands, heart forward, lift the elbows, hands under the shoulders, point the toes back, roll the shoulders on the back. Inhale, open cobra. Exhale, melt down halfway, pick the hands up, pick the legs up. Lower the legs and hands down, open cobra. Lower part way, Shalabhasana or locust, floating the legs and hands. A few more, pulsing between the two. And then release down. You can relax the head or not for a moment. Bring the hands to the sacrum. Interlace the hands if you can, or hook or just press. Push the sacrum down. Root sacrum and pubic bone into the earth. And use that press down of the hands to lift elbows and shoulders to the sky as much as you can. Bounce them on the back. And then pull the hands back. Use a strap if you need to. Pull on whatever hold you've got, like you're trying to rest it apart. So you're really working chest wide, shoulders on the back. And big breath. Inhale as you exhale. Push into pubic bone and sacrum. Lift navel. Pull back from the hands towards where ceiling and wall meet. Again, try to keep the back of the neck long here. You could keep the legs anchored or pick them up if that feels better, or if you wanna. And then see about pulling both your hands and ear to one side and soften the jaw as you stretch out the other side. And then both hands pull back in center, other side. And release in center. Inhale, open shoulders. Exhale, lower down and open the elbows out. Full length of the upper arm out to the side. Fingertips under the elbows, pull on the fingertips. Roll shoulders on the back and inhale, open. And exhale, spiral one shoulder down as they look over the other. Follow your breath. Inhaling to open and exhale, spiral. Take your time once you're complete there. Inhale, open center. Exhale, lower down and press back, child's pose. And again, you could pause in stillness here in the child's pose, or a little wiggle wag of your tail, or big hip circles again. Stay with that, or if you want to go bigger here, you could come up onto your feet. And a similar thing, but in down dog, hips way out to one side, just forward of the hands, hips way out to the other side, and back. And after a few in one direction, switch directions. And back to down dog. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, bend into the knees and hop or step forward, forward fold. If you're not inverting today, you could have that be more bent knees, even come into a squat. Otherwise, and the squat could be more like forward fold. Hips are low though, and the arms reach forward. So forward fold or squat. A few recovery breaths, just feel your body. And then a big breath, hug your feet to the earth, muscles to bones, root to rise. And roll on up to stand, press into the feet, take your time at the top and open wide. And gather up. And exhale, center and focus in. Do that a couple more times, just again opening wide, gathering up the sky, gathering up the spaciousness, and slowly coming back to center Feel your
Did we lose her?
Yep, she dropped.
Okay. Oh my God. What time is it?
It's 11:25. I'm just gonna text her that we lost her. I mean, she knows.
I'm sure she knows. Oh, this is recording. I think I'm the host. Yeah, I'm the host. This is recording. And she's gonna have to edit it. Sorry, Lucid. I'm gonna have to edit us out.
Well, that was great.
That was. Oh, and if you, I'm assuming you practice with her videos other times.
Say again?
I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume anything, but if you do her videos also, Fridays, what was that, the 13th, was amazing.
Oh, I missed, yeah, I was at Pioneers, so I missed that day. That sounds amazing. I'll have to check it out.
Like to the point that I didn't get up from Shavasana. And she just kind of left me. She was like, all right, love you. I was like, night from the ground. It was great. So I try to like bookmark the ones that I'm like, yes, that was awesome. So Friday the 13th.
Thank you. That's, yeah, good pro tip.
Pro tip. Yeah. Oh man. I still need to go to your chiropractor.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, you should. I just went to her yesterday. She adjusted my T3.
I don't know where that is.
My third thoracic vertebra is like, it's kind of like mid back.
I should know these. I actually work for a doctor who specializes in physical medicine. So a lot of like traumatic brain injury, consulting from like body stuff, you know, car accidents, that kind of stuff. And I'm always like, which one's the lumbar? Because I handle all the legal side of things. So I don't really interact with patients or need to have like that much medical knowledge. I just need the legal knowledge, which I have. So I'm always just like C-spine, L-spine, something.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll send you a text with her info again.
Yes, thank you. Because whatever injury I have in my sacrum, it's just, I know the PT person was like, no, it's just your strength. I'm like, I feel like something's off. Like, I'm sure it's all of the above. And whatever,
Whoops.
Should we end?
It's a good question.
She usually pops back in.
I know. So I'm pretty sure this is you. I just sent you a link.
707-205-7337.
Yes.
That is me.
And yeah, you can mention that I referred to you and just to add to my street cred.
Oh yeah. And maybe you guys can, set up some reciprocity.
Yeah.
Nice for treaters to be able to do that for each other.
Cool.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna give Lucid like maybe 5 more minutes. I've got to run at like 11:45, like on the nose. So we'll see. I guess we could do our own little wind down.
Okay, I'm gonna switch you to the
Host. Okay.
And get out of here just because I should go back to work at 12. And if we're not practicing, I'm gonna eat.
Fair enough. All right.
Let's see if I can do this. Oh my God. Why? I hate tech just as much as she does. How do I do this more? How do I do this?
Oh, there she is.
Okay, cool. Oh, no.
Pretty exciting.
You're back.
You're gonna have to edit a nice little chat out of your video that David and I just had.
Oh, totally fine. I can do some editing, and yeah, there'll be 2 chunks of video today. I think we'll have a whole 2 separate sessions. All right, so any requests as we move into session 2 for another 30 minutes or so?
Well, I have to run in 15, unfortunately.
In 15. Okay. Anything you want? 15 minutes?
Yeah, let's do like I don't know, everything's been feeling great. Love stretching those hip flexors. What would be, do you have any like cool QL stretchy moves?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Let's do some QL stretchy moves.
Okay, great. Great. Oh, they're even better in person. But yeah, we get that. Okay, cool. And we're still recording apparently. So yeah, let's go. All right, so to the mat. Let's come to stand. We will meet in standing. We'll feel our feet. And we'll just do a quick little, mostly standing flow here. So exhale and root down. Inhale and gather up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breathe your heart's yes. I invoked spaciousness last time and suddenly we got all of space. No more of me, which someday will happen, but not today. When you're ready, Utkatasana, stretch your arms to space and sink the seat down low. And here in Utkatasana, let's get a little swing going. Reach your hands and hips to one side so you feel that side body stretch, probably some QL, some outer hip there, lower back. Inhale as you exhale through center. Inhale, hands and hips to the other side, swing it way over. So you're really pulling up out of that. And just with your breath, side to side swing. And you could play with swinging and sinking the seat lower and higher as you like or as you need to. Be breathful here. You could stay longer on one side or just continue side to side. And then inhale, press up to the sky once you're even there and slide the hands down to the opposite triceps or even towards the shoulder. So one hand is behind your head, the other hand, or one forearm, excuse me, is behind your head, the other forearm is behind that one. And press the head back into those forearms, lift your chest. Get that big stretch there of your chest. Your shoulders. Try to keep this length. Inhale and exhale as again you drop the tailbone down. Pull the low ribs back a bit and sink in, sink in, sink in. Follow your next exhale. Hips towards the height of the knees. Follow your next inhale. Feel which forearm's behind your head. Mark it and open wide and swan dive forward. Inhale, half forward. And exhale and fold. Bring the right hand to the center of your mat and inhale, open left arm, face chest to the sky. And you can bend that right knee and pull the left hip way back. So really breathing into the outside of that leg again, outer hip, maybe QL. Exhale, other hand down, switch. Pull back, open up. Exhale, switch. You're bending the knee, you're moving away from, you're pushing the leg, you're spiraling towards straight and strong, and just moving with your breath. Let's go one last time each side. And then inhale, press into shins, earth, or whatever you got there. Lengthen the spine out. And exhale and fold. Hug muscles to bones. Maybe hold the elbows here and draw your shoulders long. Inhale as you exhale, roll on up, pressing into the earth. Take your time, lift the arms up, and then maybe you have to switch the arms and walk the hands down the triceps again. Press the head back into those crossed forearms. Lift your chest. Breathe this stretch here. And then as inspired, sink low. Another breath or two. Follow the exhale down to your edge. And the inhale to press and rise and open wide. And exhale, melt forward. And inhale halfway. And exhale and fold. And we'll step the left foot back, so you're in a right leg lunge. Push into the ball of that front foot and really pull that outer hip back a lot. So we want to really feel the outer glute here, the upper outer glute, especially pushing into the ball of the foot, pull that back, and then reach that top arm from there. Again, so you might get into the side back here, definitely glute med. Inhale, reach, 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 keep reaching, keep reaching. Keep reaching and begin to sink lower. Maybe back foot steps back more and hands or forearms come down inside the front leg or even deep inside the front leg. Hold that front ankle and give a little press into that ankle as you make like you're going to crawl into the cave of your leg there and breathe here. Take your time when you're ready. Unwind and heel toe that front foot, cross body, and come into pigeon. Square the hips up, puff up the chest, reach the heart forward and bow in. Straight, strong ankle. Relax the head somewhere, rest the head, relax the neck and the jaw. Straight, strong ankle, squeeze the inner thighs, melt the heart and breathe here. I'm going to switch the orientation of my pigeon. Don't mind me. You're going to stay in that pigeon. Just this is for the, maybe I'm doing the mouth wrong. No, this is for the transition. Okay. So feel free to stay in pigeon longer if you like. We're really going to work on this outer hip lumbar QL situation for a moment. So we're going to roll over to the open side when you're ready. And let's take that top knee with you. You're going to be on that bottom forearm, elbow forward of the shoulder. Take the top knee with you and hug you in. When you are ready, or if you're ready, you can extend the leg to the sky, holding the leg or the foot. You could also be down on your upper arm if you would prefer. So whatever kind of laying down there, but just want to bring the weight of that top leg to land into the lower back here. This can be a great QL release. And then take your time. We're going to step that top foot to the earth and press in and come up. Press into the head of that top thigh and spiral in, pulling the navel back. The top foot is standing about mid-thigh, toes pointing the direction you're facing, except then you're going to face towards the earth a bit as you push into the upper inner thigh there and spiral towards the ground. Drop that hip down. Deep breaths there. Once you feel complete, back to down dog or child's pose if you need. As inspired, we'll make our way into a forward fold. Hold the elbows. Hard feet to earth. Muscles to bones, bend into the knees and inhale at the top, open wide and swan dive. Inhale halfway and exhale and fold. And step the right foot back so you're in a left leg lunge. And squeeze the feet towards each other. Hug those inner thighs together. Lengthen the spine forward, soften your jaw. Push into the ball of that front foot and pull that hip back. Push, push, push. Pull the hip back, back, back as far as you can. And from the pulling back of that hip, reach the fingers forward. Get that side and low back as alive as you can there. Big breaths. Reach, reach, reach. And stay in that reach or keep reaching forward and then slowly more inside, reaching forward and inside that front leg. Keep pulling the hip back. Glute med, Q out, what else? Whole lot of goodness there. Keep reaching in at any point. Float down to the hands or forearms, lizard lunge. Or going deeper, hold the ankle. Right hand or left hand from the back, right hand around the front. Push in to the ankle without forcing and curl in like you're going to curl under the leg. Deep breaths here. Stay as you like, or when you're ready, heel toe that foot across. Flex the foot actively and lower the shin down. Puff up the chest, walk the back foot back, reach the heart forward, and lengthen out into pigeon when you're ready. Letting go breaths. And stay as you like, roll it on over again to that open side, little awkward, but you know, it's got something. Transition, rolling onto the open side and pick that top knee up. And bottom forearm or upper arm as you like, find a resting. Pull that top knee in. You could stay with that for a little low back release there, or extend the leg to the sky, holding the leg or the foot, and really draw the weight of that leg down into the back body here. Try to get the head of the femur deep in the hip socket. And let the upper body rest as much as you need to focus on this dropping into the back body. Please stay with that as you like, a little more restful or more active. Step that top foot about mid-thigh, all the toes pointing the direction that you're looking. Scoop that bottom shoulder down. And when you're ready, push into the feet and lift up. Bring the top hand to the top upper inner thigh. Push the head of that inner thigh away from you and drop that bottom hip down. Obviously, both hips go. And spiral the face chest to the ground. And big breaths there for the low back, hip release. And then take your time. You could just move back down dog or child's pose. Make your way through a vinyasa. See what feels right for your body right now. And then when you're ready, come through to hands and knees. We're going to give a little more attention to the stuff we were working on in the shoulders there with the crossover. So we're going to bring both blocks close to each other here, along narrow way. So standing on their sides, and walk the arms forward so that the upper arms are on the blocks, and walk the knees back as far as is right for you. Hands, elbows are bent, upper arms are on the block, hands behind the head together in prayer pose, or the hands could massage the neck or tops of the shoulders or give a little pressure, maybe behind the heart, and encourage the heart down. But keep the ears in line with the shoulders. Try not to let the head lead here. And just melt. Breathe here. And just melt. And please stay with that as you like, or slowly press into the elbows and come on up once you're done. And there's that. Take a pause, little shoulder roll around, soft neck and jaw. So some options here to complete just that little warm up of all the parts. You could rest with your head on one block and your spine behind the heart on another block. If you have 4 blocks, you could go feet together, knees wide, or put some pillows under there, or just, focus on the legs and put the blocks under there. Find what's right for you right now. Actually, sounds kind of good. I think I'm gonna grab some pillows and go feet together, knees wide. 1 block behind the heart, 1 block behind the head. And of course, you could have them at different heights if you need. It is nice for the nervous system to have the head a little higher, the forehead particularly a little higher than the chin, to relax the nervous system, back of the neck long. And just find your resting place. Push into the feet a bit. Squeeze the shoulders on the back. And like you're trying to squeeze the scapula onto the block. Inhale, squeeze, 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 press, press, press. Another sip of inhale, and then exhale, sigh it out and melt. Melt, melt. If any of this feels like too much, maybe give it a few breaths again, breathing into where sensations are rising. See if you can imagine the breath making, creating, finding the space and the ease that's there just real close by. Or maybe you listen to your body. Maybe it's not going to relax in the shape, and find a place where it is. Again, notice sensations that arise, movements of the breath. Thoughts and perceptions that arise. Sorry, I'm trying to see the time for you, but everything's shut down. Thank you. Thank you for your presence and your patience today. Another weekday technology land. Bye-bye. Take care. Daria, of course, please stay resting as long as you like. If there's any questions or requests, you can shout them out. Otherwise, yeah, letting go. Mwah. Blessings. Thank you, dear. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you Friday.